Yeah, I'm excited to kind of just see what the production looks like. Seeing it's the same thing. Like we were excited about seeing disc golf on CBS Sports because of like the CBS Sports graphics package.
That's what I get most interested to see. Like what extra flair do they add to it with their own graphics and things like that?
And I would assume I probably should have looked this up, but I would assume it's going to be Big German Nate Sexton again.
If Jomez is running it, then
Jomez is running it
for sure.
So that would seem to be our best foot forward. They've been doing a lot of Big German Yuli commentary, but to my opinion, Nate Sexton is the best commentator on the mic. So I feel like if we're trying to put our best foot forward, that's the way to do it. And him and Germ have that chemistry too.
Right.
I think that's a big part of commentary that sometimes can be missed, is making sure you have that really good chemistry between the two commentators. Big Germ and Yuli have it as well. But I feel like that's why, back to USDGC, the Philo and Ian Anderson commentary with Nate Sexton kind of jumping in there, I really enjoyed.
It wasn't bad, no.
I thought it was great. I think the chemistry is what keeps me from liking the Pro Tour commentary. I think Jamie and Nate Doss just don't seem to like.
Well, but you got to think like when Sexton and Big Germ first started, I don't think they had it either. I think it was,
but they had it a little bit because they were already like touring together, playing together. They both were from North Carolina. They both had ultimate backgrounds.
But
like a lot more time
I feel like
together.
commentating to like as a team, like you just build that over time. Like
you do.
Now, I mean, I'm not here trying to say that Jamie Thomas, Nate Doss team is anything special because it can be replaced for all I care. But I think they'll get better.
They've been getting better.
Yeah. I'll be very curious to see like if Pro Tour sticks with them.
I will be too.
I think they will.
I don't know what'll happen. Because I have not seen too many people who love them. You know what I mean? Like comments and stuff wise.
I like Terry on that team a lot.
Terry,
he's like
Terry's great.
The best.
I don't think that Terry should be the sideline reporter. I feel like that's a misuse of Terry's skills.
No, I don't think so. Honestly, I think Terry should do play-by-play.
Yeah, Terry should be the play-by-play. And then try it out with. I mean, when it was Nate Doss and Terry, that like 1 or 2 weeks when Jamie was
I'd rather see Doss do color than play-by-play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I believe that's what they did.
I'm not sure because right now Doss is doing play-by-play and Jamie's doing color. Isn't that kind of how it works?
They kind of both do both.
Right, which is not.
They just mix it all in.
You need like your Al Michaels and your Chris Collinsworth.
Ian and Philo were very good at staying.
Right.
As they stayed in their role.
Yeah.
To where Ian, instead of giving his opinion on shots and stuff like that, was asking Philo his opinion.
Because Terry is good at it. He's eloquent with it and well spoken, but he doesn't play professional disc golf, at the level that Nate Doss has, for example. So that's why honestly the dream combination would be Terry and Nate Sexton. I think that'd be the best we could probably offer. Because I think Nate's played obviously at the highest level, won at the highest level, and I think he's the most well spoken pro commentator. So I think Terry and Nate Sexton would be my favorite combo.
Terry as the main commentator for live at least is a great option. Once Germ and Sexton retire from disc golf, I think they have a career in commentary. Probably, Sexton basically had a career in commentary.
Well, they've already built their names in it now, so yeah.
But I would like to see, if we're going to use Terry as a sideline reporter next year, I'd like to see him used differently. I think when we go to the sideline reporter, it should kind of be an ongoing conversation with the two commentators in the booth. So it should be bouncing back and forth a little bit more where they can hear each other. They're talking to each other. They started to do that a little bit later in the season where Terry would be like, all right, now back to you guys. But I'd like to even be a little bit farther of you ask Terry a question. Terry answers I just range found this. It looks like Eagle's about 450 feet out, but he's grabbing that MD3 he's been throwing all day, which is an interesting choice because of the headwind we're feeling. You know what I mean? Stuff that you can't see from the booth.
Yeah, people really like the disc call-outs.
I think disc choice call-outs, use a rangefinder and see where we're standing.
That's one thing. That is one thing that's, in ball golf, it's a lot easier to do. Well, it isn't. It isn't. I mean, because obviously they're only going to have pitching wedge through 4 iron or whatever. But that being said, it is very difficult to tell 7 from an 8 iron unless you see the number. So I'm not really sure how they do that. If that's a camera that's picking that up, what club they pick, because they typically
it's probably a guy on the ground that's doesn't have a mic. It's just
Maybe, yeah.
Tiger 7-iron.
But because they typically put that up there, and that's like in disc golf, that's almost even more fascinating. Now it's a little bit misleading.
More options.
It's a little misleading in disc golf because you could just say buzz, and it could either fly really stable or it could flip over and roll. Like,
but that's the type of stuff that Terry, if
it'd be cool to know.
Whoever the sideline reporter is in the future, if that was what they did regularly, you would know. Okay, well, Paul pulled out the Jawbreaker Wasp with this stamp. That's his flippy one. Or Eagle just pulled out a brand new.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen this in his bag. It looks really beat up.
You have to follow him pretty close to get that much info. But I mean, I at least like to know what they're throwing.
Yeah, I mean, but regardless, I think that a little bit more detail. Because right now, I feel like we go to Terry or we go to whoever the sideline reporter is, and we're hearing about what Big Germ said to Sexton as a joke, or what so and so said to their caddy. Sometimes that's good information, but sometimes I don't really care what Germ's going to go eat afterwards. Like, why did we cut for that?
Man.
You know what I mean? I would rather it, like, if you're going to cut, I want him, like, whispering into the mic because he's right behind the players. And he's talking about, like, whatever shot they're throwing. Like, they did it once or twice at Hornets Nest. They did let Terry commentate live on the course what was going on.
And sometimes it's nice to bring a guy like that in and keep their mic hot even after the throw, so that if the cameras aren't quite picking up what's happening, they can say like, oh, this is tracking really well. Mm-hmm. Like, this is looking perfect. That's something they do a lot in ball golf too. That's like cool.
Yeah, I just feel like that little stuff like that can make big changes. But first off, I do think Terry needs to be in the booth.
Yeah.
Now whether that we try Jamie as a sideline reporter, or I don't know if they want to keep Jamie in the picture. I don't really know. But I think something's got to be mixed up. Yeah. I think that could be a big improvement to the viewing experience. Either that, or Nate Doss and Jamie need to go hang out a lot.
Yeah,
and
we'll see. Like,
build some
disc
chemistry.
golf in general, like, is not the type of people that yank people out of spots. They kind of coddle whoever is like their guys, and they just kind of stick with them. They don't want to hurt any feelings. So we'll see if Jeff Springs is the type of dude who's like, no, if I think there's better out there, I'll move people around,
That's true, yeah.
Or if he's like, no, we'll just stick, if we have the same commentary duo 5 years in the future, that probably answers that question. Or if he just like this year is like, no, you're gone. Especially if he takes like one out and leaves the other, then you really know he's serious about it.
Yeah, that's true. It will be interesting. And we probably won't know until the cameras roll. And whatever the first tournament is, Texas. What is it? The first tournament? Las Vegas Challenge.
For the Pro Tour?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's hard to remember.
They tweeted something about it.
Yeah.
Like 120 something days.
So we'll know on 120 something days.